all the time we milk from 8 to 10 cows.
How long would that take usually?
Well, the two of us,
By hand?
huh?
Doing that by hand too, of course. Yeah.
We did that for many years. We finally got us a milking machine. We milked that way, and we milked that way until the kids left home. We by ourselves. And I have to tell you the story of it. We kept 2 cows because we thought we'd have plenty of milk to use. And one, but they both be fresh at the same time, and we had more than we needed to use. And one night we sat there, and I was milking one cow and bringing milk the other one, and the old cow just switched her tail, and that cow had bags. I helped him on one side, he on the other side milking, and that cow switched him in the face, and it's hot. He jumped up and he says, "I'm going to take that cow to the Frankfurt to the sale tonight." I says, "Take both of us," and then we done with milking. We went to Iowa, and we got up north of Sabetha, and the roads was muddy, and there was a mud hole just north of Sabetha. It was about 2 or 3 miles. That they pulled them through the mud. And we didn't have very much money. And he sat there waiting until they got a lot of them through there. And Raymond says, "I'm going to try to go through there myself."
It was funny.
And he gave it the gun, and we got through it without being pulled through. First he says, "Let's turn around and go back." And I said, "No, let's don't."
He said, "Let's go better in November."
So where did you go to up there when you got up there?
We went up
I told him
and
my other
Mom's
ship
brothers.
was in a different spot because like he had
States
signed
of
all 3 of my ships and he was still
He
looking
did.
for one. So they were all in one
Well,
little corner.
first we stopped in
Including the
Shenandoah,
one I told him that was in a different
And Raymond's-
spot, as in it's
his mother
not
had
on top
an
of
aunt that lived
the
there,
ship.
and we
And he starts going down
Did you?
went to visit. Went there for a visit. And
No, I was telling them.
Huh?
Go ahead.
we went to this aunt's and stayed there, and they had a girl at my age, and we could visit. And her husband wanted Raymond to go to Omaha with him to drive a new car home for him. He was in the car dealer. And that's what it did. We saw that day, one day, then we went the next day up the highway then. So, Mom's brothers.
It was a long drive, wasn't it, from back then?
Yeah, the old car. Well, Robin had a new car. He had a roadster when we was going together, just one seated roadster. And you're probably, they're so old you probably wouldn't know. And before we was married, he got a 28 Chevy, a brand new Chevy. So that's what we went to see him. Well, we had a gasoline engine out in the Cobb house with a long belt onto it that's on the washing machine. Carried the water out there and hot water to,
That Cobb house out there on the other side of the well?
you know. Had those
That's where your wash machine was at?
wash machines out there, and they had a gasoline engine and on a belt about this wide.
So then you hung all your clothes out to dry?
Hung all out to dry. I hung the clothes out to dry till my kids was married and away from home. And Raymond wanted to get me a dryer, and I says, "I don't need one." He says, "Your kids has got dryers." He said, "You're gonna have one." We used a barrel churn. It's about this big around, about this high. And you put that in, you put some, they had little place where you put a plug into it. You put hot water in that and to sterilize it before you put the cream into it. Then you just turn it like this to smell, turn it till it makes butter. And then you drain the water off. And then you open it up and take the butter out and work. You put it in a big pan and you work it. Put the cold water onto it and keep working it once you get work all the buttermilk out of the cream. And then by making it in molds, and there's a butcher shop on the north side of the street, and I can't remember what his name is. Seems like it's Mead or something like that. And he buy all the butter out to make, but it didn't sell out private.
How much money did you get for butter?
We got 50 cents a pound.
How much did you get for your eggs back then?
10 cents a dozen. Sold a lot of them for 10 cents a dozen. And I went clear to the south part of the town where my grandparents lived. And then I put the horse in the barn and walked clear down here to school. I said, kids nowadays won't do that, walk that far. And then when I got through, I walked back there and saddled up the horse and drive about 5 miles home. When that semester's over with, it's colder than the consolation.
How long did it take you to ride 5 miles?
I don't know. I don't remember just how long it took. We didn't have watches them days.
So what else?
We had thrashers. We always cut the grain with a binder with the horses on it. And then we could just shock it. And then a little later you go out and the guy, David Holmes, he had a thrash machine, go through the country and thrash it, the grain. And you have probably 4 or 5 guys who were coming with hay racks and horses to haul the grain in, to go through that combine. And then we had to have, we cooked for thrashers for dinner, and then we go out and take some chickens and get them ready to eat, and to cook yet that morning. We made pies and things and had a bunch of them for dinner, and then we fixed some lunch in the afternoon, and then we fixed for supper for several years.